WTLC AM 1310, 95.1 FM, and its management. All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Unity in the Community. I'm your host, Pastor James Jackson. Good to be with you on this afternoon. Beautiful afternoon in the capital city. Hope you're out enjoying it in some kind of way. Mild temperatures today, and we're going to be headed toward lower temperatures pretty soon. So enjoy today. Get out there and do something, move around a little bit. Good to have you with us. In order for you to be a part of the show on today, you're going to need this number, 317 480 1310. Again, that's 317 480 1310, 317 480 1310. Praise AM 1310 95.1. Also, we're streaming live on my Facebook page, James William Jackson on Facebook, also on YouTube. And if you want to see who's saying what they're saying, you can go to my Facebook page and check us out. I got some guests in the studio, got some call-ins going to be happening here in just a few moments. But first, I want to invite you to pray with me. Let's pray for our city, our state, our nation, and the world. Father, we thank you for this time of fellowship. We thank you for your grace, your mercy, your power, and your strength. We thank you for all the love that you show toward us at all times, at every season. We thank you for this day. It's a day we've never seen before. We ask your blessing in it. We ask that you would help us, continue to bless us in every way. We need you. We cast all of our cares upon you today, all the cares for our community, all the cares for our families, our city, our state, our nation, and all the situations that are happening around the world. We pray for families in Louisville, Kentucky, and the tragic accident there with the UPS airplane. We just ask, Father God, you would comfort them. We pray for people who are suffering, federal employees who are not being paid, and for folks who have lost their benefits on pause. We pray for those families. We ask you to raise up those who use their power, influence, authority to help people who are in need of help, that our hearts will be open to one another as we work our way through what's going on at this hour. Well, it's good to have you with me on this afternoon, and a couple of things that I want to share with you. And we're going to get into a very interesting topic later in the show when I have some guests that are joining me. We'll be talking about grade level train crossing accidents. That's what they're called, grade level train crossing accidents. You probably haven't heard much about that, but there are over 1,000 people every year in the United States that are lost to preventable, most of the time, preventable accidents that happen at what are called grade level train crossings. And here in Indianapolis, we have them more often than you might think. But first, I want to also encourage you to reach out to your neighbors, reach out to your friends, make sure that you're helping those who are in need of help. Let's make sure we're checking on each other because there's so much going on at the same time. With the government shutdown, headed into just about 40 days here pretty soon, longest shutdown in American history. The longest shutdown was in the first term of President Trump, 35 days. We've eclipsed that now, and he now owns the second large, well, it'll be the first longest. Of course, he had one. Now this is the next longest shutdown in U.S. history. And I don't think that he's going to capitulate because of who he is and how he operates. And I think capitulation at this point, in his mind, may not be good for him around the world because of the kind of deals that he makes with leaders of other nations. And people are suffering, and suffering is being used to help make a deal. So I'm hoping that someone, maybe the Democrat Party, will have to capitulate at this point. And I know a lot of times people don't want to do that, but there are people suffering all across our country. And of course, you have people who They're true fighters and they'll fight it all the way out until the end and keep going and keep going. So we'll see how this works out, but we're praying that there will be a rapid resolve to the issues that are precluding this shutdown from being over. Also, I saw this morning where Fannie Mae has changed up things, and that low 600 score is not going to be the determining factor for you to become a homeowner. There are a lot of people who are working on increasing Black wealth, which I think is a great thing to do. Home ownership is one way to increase wealth, and a lot of people have not been able to get home ownership because of some of the restrictions that come on because of the credit score. And that part that is used and the systems that they use to determine whether or not you should be given credit to buy a home. So all that's changing now. And there are still criteria, there are still things that will be taken into consideration as to whether or not you'll be able to get a home. But effective November 16th, that's next week, Fannie Mae will eliminate the minimum credit score requirement for loans processed through its automated DU system, which is Desktop Underwriter. And this change broadens access to mortgage eligibility. But the DU system will still conduct a comprehensive risk assessment, and lenders are still required to obtain a credit score for their own records. But this may be a good thing for those of you who are wanting to become a homeowner, especially if you're paying in excess of $1,000 or more for rent. You could own a home, build up equity, and have an appreciating asset. The interest rates have been coming down, so all this works out. I'm not a realtor, I'm not a broker, but for the limited knowledge that I do have, it seems that all of this works out in favor of the buyer. And I think we need to have those of you who are savvy in this area to make sure there are no shenanigans so that people who want to buy a home, and they've changed this requirement now with the Fannie Mae to eliminate that minimum credit score. But if you've paid your rent on time, and so I was looking at some of the things that are considered. So if you are someone who pays their rent on time and your debt to income ratio is in pretty good shape, then you might be able by this time next year be celebrating Thanksgiving and Christmas in your own new home. And let me give you this tip. If you're going to buy a brand new home, and sometimes that's easier than getting a pre-existing one, in my opinion, you don't have to go in and get all the upgrades. The builders will always offer you upgraded cabinets, upgraded countertops, upgraded this, that, the other, but that's adding money onto the overall price of the home. But you don't have to do that. You could just get the basic. You could get the basic package and become a homeowner for you and your children if you're a single mom. And in the Black community, we have more single female head of households than we do what they call nuclear families. And so you and your children could this time, quite possibly next year, maybe even this year, be celebrating Thanksgiving and Christmas in your own home. All right, so effective next week, the 16th, Fannie Mae, how about that? Eliminating the minimum credit score requirement for loans processed through its automated desktop underwriter. And the beauty of that is when you go and you apply for a loan through Fannie Mae and they put you through that system, you're automatically disqualified. And now you don't have to worry about that. So there's opportunity for you. All right. So I think that's a good thing. I think that is something that's going to help those folks who are working on trying to increase Black wealth in our city. There are folks who are doing that. I'm on a team currently that meets that are very interested in making that happen, increasing black wealth to 50% of white wealth by 2040. These are interesting times that we're living in. And as I said, I'm not a realtor, I'm not a broker, but I did invite a couple to help us out on this afternoon. And she's been here before, and one of the top realtors in the region, Summer Wilson. Welcome to the program. How are you this afternoon?
Pastor Jackson, thanks for inviting me on today. So, yes, let's talk about these new Fannie Mae guidelines that have just come down the pipeline. Um, Basically, if you have, they don't have any credit score, minimum credit score limit at all anymore. Anybody can basically get approved.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is going to be very specific to the products, the lender products, and down payment assistance and all of that. But yes, there's no minimum credit score as far as Fannie Mae. So this is going to be good for people with a very minimal credit profile. So if you have a new credit profile, if you don't have much credit yet, you haven't established any credit, or if haven't really necessarily needed to use credit, this is going to be key for you. Now, it's still going to be debt to income ratios are going to play a factor, and your income is still going to play a factor too. So keep that in mind.
And I'm glad you said that because in my preliminary research of this, and it just came out this morning, I saw it. It talked about people who have thin credit files historically have been prevented from becoming homeowners because they just didn't have enough credit history. And so this new policy, to your point as well, may make it possible for that not to be a factor that keeps people out of home ownership.
For sure. This is going to be key for those types of individuals. People that just simply have not established credit.
So, what would you say would be the first thing with this kind of information? It goes into effect November 16th next week. What would you say to someone, particularly a single mom's got some children and wants to buy a house? What would you say they need to do?
I would say continue to pay your bills on time, continue to establish income, make sure that you have an income, a stable income. That income needs to go at least 6 months back. And of course, every lender product is going to be different. So if it's something that, like, let's say you want to get down payment assistance, that's a lot of what I see. People needing down payment assistance, closing cost assistance, or something like 100% financing. You're still going to want to keep your credit good. So no late payment, no huge debt, because you need your debt to income ratio to be under a certain limit. So I would still encourage them to still maintain your finances, but you definitely don't have to have an established credit at this point. That's really the only thing that has changed.
Okay, and new build versus pre-existing home. Your thoughts?
I love the concept of new builds because your credit doesn't necessarily have to be completely mortgage ready for you to start building. You can still be working on your credit while building a home. I love that for anybody that is trying to repair credit. Also, I like that because I like new construction because they have a lower interest rates a lot of times. They have special different financing with their own affiliated lenders. Take, for instance, Arbor. They have, I think, like around a 5 or so interest rate. I know that David has a special interest rate. I know that Lennar has a special interest rate. So these are great. These are great resources for people that need a lower payment. So this just gives you more buying power. Now, I do love pre-existing as well. Don't get me wrong. There are other lender products out there that you can use to get a pre-existing home. Last week, I just closed on, it was actually a new build, but they went through INHP and they got about a 4% interest rate compared to a 6% interest rate that changed their payment about $500. So keep that in mind as well.
And you mentioned INHP. I've worked with them in the past. Maybe some of our listeners don't know the extraordinary value of that particular organization.
Yes, they're a great resource. I didn't know much about them, but my client, she was going to have to bring about $15,000 to the table for her new construction home. And she had been working with INHP before she met me. So I had been working with her for about 2 years. And prior to that, she had worked with INHP to get her credit score correct and to, get financial literacy and mortgage literacy and all of that. And they educated her on that. But she had reached out to them right before our closing about 60 days prior to her home being finished. And they said they could get her this amazing interest rate because of the location of the houses. It was in Marion County. And it just fit the criteria. And it was a great resource because she ended up paying, like I said, about $500 less for her mortgage. And they paid all of her down payment assistance. They paid all of her down payment. They paid all of her closing. Everything was paid for her when she was going to have to bring initially $15,000 to the table with Silverton through Arbor. So it was it was amazing. I was almost in tears at the closing table.
That's what it's all about. Indianapolis Neighborhood Housing Partnership. Summer Wilson, one of the leading realtors in Indianapolis. If people want to get a hold of you, in fact, thanks for taking the time out to call us. Are you still in an open house right now?
I'm on my way to the open house. Morning showings went a little over, so I'm running a little late. So it was a great opportunity for me to call in to you guys and get you guys this great information.
Can you tell people where they can see the house, or if they want to look at?
Let me get you guys the address right now. It's a beautiful home up in Zionsville. It's 4292 Outboro Way. So it's 4292 Outerboro Way. It's about I think it's a $2.5 million home. Beautiful luxury home listed by Janelle Salzar. Absolutely come and see me there. I'll be hosting another open house right after as well. Can't make it to that one in Carmel Clay. And that one is at 12711 Vanderhorst Street. So absolutely look on my profile. You can look on my Facebook, Summer Wilson, to find me.
Or if they want to call you, how can they get a hold of you?
317-430-2277.
One more time.
317-430-2277.
And as the lady Amos Brown used to say, one more time.
317-430-2277.
All right, Summer, all the best. Hopefully you sell that house today and the next one. And we look forward to you coming back to share some of the other things that you have for us in our community so we can all be homeowners. All right, thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Pastor Jackson.
You're welcome. All right, y'all, we got much more to come. We got a couple of folks holding on the line, Lisa and Frank, and we have Tamiko Jackson. I don't know if we're related. We might be. And her beautiful daughter, Shell, is with us. And we're talking about grade level train crossing accidents. About 2,500 of those in the United States every single year. And over 1,000 people either killed or severely wounded. And they have the courage to come in and talk about it because they had a family member lost to a grade level train crossing. Rita Green is running and flying this aircraft today, and she's doing a great job. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back after these messages.
It's time to turn up the radio. Family, it is the weekend, and it's a great idea to go out of your way to connect with your loved ones this weekend. So try to love on them while you can, and join me each evening for the hottest inspirational broadcast in the nation, Monday through Friday, The Nightly Spirit. On Praise AM 1310, 95.1 FM, Indy's Inspiration Station. Save big money on all of your household essentials when you shop at Menards. Soften your water with Diamond Crystal Water Softener Salt. It helps your soap and detergent clean better, minimizes hard water stains, and increases the life of your appliances. Save big money on all Solar Natural Softener Salt at Menards. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppable bottle shake. And now a Smith Solo. With Downy Unstoppable, you just toss, wash. Wow. All day freshness.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now. I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're gonna be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TRAFFIC25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TRAFFIC25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TRAFFIC25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code TRAFFIC25. Tomorrow on TV One. Who's that girl?
You are a smart, professional woman on the rise.
Your fashion diva.
I'm gonna snap all the heels off your Jimmy Choo.
Your bestie.
You got it going on. Just be yourself.
Your boo. Your best girlfriend ever. And she's now on TV One.
Want me to say it louder? I think we all heard it. I know I did.
Don't miss Eve.
Cheers.
Tomorrow, starting at noon on TV One. Are you looking for a source of inspiration and uplifting content? Log on to PraiseIndy.com for your all things positive and empowering in and around Indy. Whether you're on the go or relaxing at home, Praise Indy brings you the latest in gospel music, community news, and inspirational stories that touch the heart. And don't miss our Listen Live feature, now available on all mobile devices. Stream the best in gospel music and enlightening talk shows that keep you connected to the pulse of our community anytime, anywhere. Feel the spirit, share the joy, and be a part of something truly special. Visit us online today at PraiseIndy.com. That's PraiseIndy.com, where faith and community come alive.
All right, welcome back to Unity in the Community, and we're here having a wonderful time. Wonderful. In the midst of bad things happening around the nation, there are some things that are good, and we try to find those things and bring them to you. And hopefully, you'll be able to avail yourself to all the new things that are happening in home buying. And again, I'm working with a group that is working on increasing Black wealth. And one of the best ways, regardless of what you heard on social media, to do that is home ownership, because a home is an appreciating asset currently. Go on to Lisa. Thank you for being so patient. Lisa, welcome to the program. Lisa, you still with me? She may have hung up.
No, she's still there.
Is she there?
Yeah.
All right. We have been having some technical difficulties with our phone lines, so we're going to try to get you in here, Lisa.
Lisa, are you there? Okay, give me.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Thanks for being so patient, Lisa. Welcome to the program. Lisa,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
It's the only way for me to survive. Patience.
Yeah, you are patient.
Okay, thank you. You guys are talking about home ownership. I believe Martin University is having an event on the 14th
Mhm.
about the crises, the housing crises.
Okay.
And so my concern I want the authority in you to speak with the authority in me, so the answer can be manifested. You know what I'm saying? And what is needed in this system.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I'm tracking with you.
So what has God revealed to you that needs to be done for this madness to stop in our society?
mhm.
This is the people's house, Washington D.C.
Okay.
This is our house. All the people in America that are citizens.
hmm
So who has got the boldness to stop this? And who is going to step up and stop it? All of us. We got to stand together. So who is leading this? Who's the leader?
Who's leading the protest?
No protest. Who's going to lead us into getting what's already ours?
Well, the way it works, we have congressmen,
Yes, sir.
and all of us we are represented in Washington D.C. by congressmen and congresswomen,
Yes, sir.
and in the state of Indiana, we reach out to our congressmen or congresswomen, and we request those meetings.
Okay.
And in fact, I, along with a group of pastors, on the 11th next week, we have a meeting with Governor Braun to talk about numerous issues. But where the United States of America is concerned, as a citizen, you reach out to your congressman or congresswoman, and you reach out to their office and tell them you want to meet, and they have an obligation to meet with you. And you take a group of people, and you put these issues out there, and you demand
Okay.
them to go to Washington D.C. and represent you,
Okay.
to represent us.
Okay.
And then if we don't get what we want,
Right.
these elections come up,
Okay.
and we deal with it at the ballot box. We go out
Yeah.
and we vote.
There's been a wrong happen. People are expected to work for no pay
hmm
that are controlling our airways.
Yeah.
This is not legal. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So from some of what I've seen, they will get retroactive pay. I've heard varying reports as to how this is going to go.
So, okay, here's my proposal.
hmm
They're getting paid. Everybody that's on Congress and whatever, they need to be willing, in my opinion, to give some money for fixing it. I mean, towards the money that needs to be paid for those families to eat.
hmm
So they're getting paid. Or they need to stop getting paid and then get to work.
Yeah. If we
Get it done.
Yeah, if we change that up, if we change that up, maybe they would fill it, and maybe they would end it sooner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So God bless you.
Thank you.
Today was a wonderful praise service, 4 o'clock at 38th Street, Greater St. Mark building. It's Living Faith Ministries. Singing, I'm one of the singers. It's at 4 o'clock today. If you're available, or anybody out there in the airways, come on out and praise the Lord with us.
That's Dr. Joy Thornton over there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's,
In that same building, but it's Pastor Brown.
okay.
Frederick Brown, who is over Living Faith Ministry.
Outstanding.
You see?
All right. Well, thank you for your passion on these issues, and all the success to your program.
You as well, sir. You as well.
All right.
I got bless.
You're welcome. Thank you. Go on to Frank. Frank, welcome to the program. Frank, are you there? All right. We're trying to get you set up there, Frank. And while they're doing that, I want to bring my guest on. To Michael, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me, Pastor.
And thanks for coming. And Shell, thank you for being here.
Thank you for
You have to use that microphone right there.
Thank you for having me today.
So first of all, prayers and condolences to you and your family, because this is something, it'll be a year this coming December.
Correct.
So to Michael, share with us what happened.
So I lost my husband, Columbus Jackson, due to a train accident because he didn't wait for the train, so he went across the tracks.
So the arm had come down.
The arm had came down, and he went around the arm and got struck. And that from that day, it changed our family life. Um, from the tragedy, from us losing him. So it was a lot to deal with that. Um, so at the time of the grief, um, the Lord was dealing with me, and He put in my spirit to start advocating for train safety because we don't want nobody else to go through what we've been through. So we started a advocating. It's called Jackson Pause for Life. We stop at railroads, we remember, and we live. And that's what we want people to do, to stop, remember, and to live.
And that's, pause is, I think this is really good. And we were talking to someone in the news media, and a young man named Brandon. He works for one of the news outlets. And he was saying in that area, since last December, when Columbus, your husband, was struck there had been three more um, incidents where you have a train colliding with a vehicle or hitting someone. So we found that this happens more often than people realize.
Yes, it does. Um, Doing the research, it really was amazing. A lot of the time, it doesn't reach the news or the newspaper or internet or however it goes. It happens too much, and so it's time to advocate for more safety when it comes to railroad crossing, so we don't have to lose another life or another family going through what we're going through.
And it happens all across our nation
Yes, it does.
where now I don't do it anymore, but and most of the people, I think a lot of people listening probably have done that, where the arm comes down and you don't want to wait. You're on your way somewhere and you're thinking this train is going to stop me here and I'm going to be here for a long time. And usually the train, if they don't stop on the tracks, we had a real problem with that in Indianapolis for a while. But you're probably going to be there, what, 6 or 7 minutes, something like that. Um, but waiting is the thing to do.
Waiting is the key. No
And
life is worth going over that track trying to beat the train.
yeah, and devastating for you and your family.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm coming around now. Maybe a year here next month. Wow. Um, just keeping things together, getting this together because I think this is important. My husband was a community man, and just to be able to help somebody else or help another family, um, so they don't have to go through what we're grieving for, will be amazing. And that's all I wanted to do is just educate, bring awareness to the community, and not just the community,
Mhm.
everywhere. That it's important when those arms go down to be patient and wait and to live. And that's what it's all about. That life is important. Do not try to beat the train.
And that's a lot of times what people are trying to do, beat the train.
Yes.
And trains cannot stop like you would a car.
Cannot.
Like semi tractor trailers, it takes time. Once they do initiate a stop, they need a lot of space to bring those vehicles, trains and trucks to a stop. So pause for life. Would you Jackson pause for life?
Jackson Pause for Life. Yes.
But also, you're advocating for perhaps, and I reached out to Senator Lakeisha Jackson, Jackson. And she's very interested in talking about what we could do to work with CSX and other railroad companies to make it impossible, virtually impossible, for people to go around the safety arm. Well, over on Pelham Pike, I used to go take my car over there and get it washed, and I hated going over there because you had 3 lanes and you had to submit to the people who were going to be it's supposed to, they say alternate. And so, you have one car go and you got, but there were always those people who they didn't care who got there first. They were going to go, and they had a lot of people angry right there at the car wash. You have to set it off right there at the car wash. And somebody's going to get cleaned up real good. But I said, one day they're going to put these arms in. And so now when you go to the car wash, it goes all the way across. The only way to get through would be to just ram through it and tear it up. But it goes all the way across to prevent anybody from going before their time. And you just have to sit there and sulk or be mad that you're not going anywhere. And so when I saw that, I said, well, and started talking to you about this issue, I said, well, maybe we need something like that at these grade level train crossings. And maybe they do exist in the United States where the arm goes all the way across. Or in some of the research I've been doing, it is possible to have something come up out of the ground, like they do at the White House. They have electronic bollards that come up out of the ground. They're steel. And so you can't ram your car and go through and do all those kinds of things. Now, this does cost money, but I don't think we can place a value on a human life.
Absolutely, that's correct. Because if we can get cars in order to be clean, a life should be more important.
Yeah. Yeah, they maintain order at the crew car wash.
Absolutely, they do.
You have to wait. You have to wait your turn.
And be patient.
So at these, and it's so tempting when you come to these grade level train crossings and you hear the bell and you see that arm coming down. And when people do beat the train, they feel like they've accomplished something, but it's just not worth it.
And then they get the urge to do it again, and then the next time they might not make it.
Yeah.
And we don't want to play with our lives like that.
So you've done something else that's pretty miraculous for you, because I met you at Bounce Back with Vanessa in the rebounding class.
Yes.
And you're pretty shy. You don't like taking pictures and being out front and all that sort of thing. So this is really amazing for you to even be here.
Yes.
But you have a Facebook page.
I do.
How about that? How are you surviving off social media?
I do. It's been a long time. I do have Facebook under Mikey Jackson, which it will change here shortly, or I will attach the business page with the Jackson Pause for Life, because that's what the importance to me. Being on Facebook is getting the word out, educating, being aware, and just reminding people just to be patient and just pause.
Yeah.
And pause for life.
Yeah. And as we've kind of been going down these tracks, if you will, with this advocacy, we found over 1,000 people in America lose their lives to these train vehicle accidents. Sometimes it's a semi truck, sometimes it's a bus, gets stuck on the tracks. And there's some things we're looking into to see why people get stuck on tracks and get stalled on tracks. There's some different things out about that. But saving lives is what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. That's what, because when it's like I said, the message is simple and it's urgent. Just remind everybody, it's no destination appointment or rush worth more than your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not at all.
Because if you lose at that grade level train crossing, you probably will not survive.
Will not.
And if you do, it will just not be a good thing.
It will not.
We got much more to talk about where that's concerned. And when we come back, the daughter's, she's impacted too. And she is vibrant, and she is a natural leader, y'all. And she's going to be talking. You go to her Facebook page now, too. She'll tell you how to get there. Mikey's Facebook page is up for more information and how you can jump on board with this advocacy.
Spread the word.
Yeah. We'll be back after this.
Alexa, play Praise Indy. Yes, it's that easy. Discover the power of praise. AM 1310, 95.1 FM. On your Alexa-enabled smart speaker. Just say, Alexa, play Praise Indy. and you're instantly connected to the best in gospel music. Let the soulful sounds uplift your spirit, energize your day, and fill your home with joy. But that's not all. Stay tuned for meaningful community discussions and inspiring messages that enlighten and empower. Whether you're cooking dinner, working from home, or simply relaxing, Praise AM 1310, 95.1 FM is your go-to source for music that moves you and words that inspire. Remember, just say, Alexa, play Praise Indy, and feel the music and inspiration of Praise AM 1310, 95.1 FM, Indy's inspiration station.
Hey, everybody, I'm Michael Strahan, and St. Jude has been close to my heart for many years. Their groundbreaking research is changing how the world treats childhood cancer and has helped push the survival rate in the U.S. from 20% to more than 80%. Please help St. Jude give children the greatest gift, a chance at a lifetime. This holiday, help St. Jude find more cures for more children. Donate now at musicgives.org.
The holidays are here, full of joy, family, friends, and yes, a little hustle and bustle. That's why you need a leave. Between cooking, shopping, and all those extra errands, aches and pains can sneak in. Aleve is here to help with long-lasting body pain relief. Don't let body pain slow you down. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, you can keep up with the season's magic and all that awaits. Pick up Aleve and get back to what really matters, making memories. Use as directed.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppable bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppable, you just toss, wash, wow, for all day freshness.
All right, welcome back to Unity in the Community. We're talking about a lot of stuff on today, but right now we're talking about these grade level train crossings. We've got them all over the city, and some grade level train crossings do not have a arm at all, just the little train cross thing and a stop sign. So we have to be aware. And also, I want to thank Michael, aka Mikey, affectionately known as Mikey, for gifting me this book. Says "Gone to the Upper Room," but I left all the instructions. End of life planner. It's a beautiful end of life planner. I know we don't like to talk about that. My daughters don't like to hear me talk about that, but we all gonna leave here one day. And so this beautiful book, you can get it on Amazon. We'll tell you how you can get it in just a few moments. Want to get Sam. Sam's been so patient. Sam, welcome to the program.
Hey, how you doing there?
Good.
Pastor?
Good. Thank you.
Hey, look here. A couple of things. One, my granddaughter passed this week, and she was 28.
Sorry to hear that.
That's you guys is understand what to pray for the family. And the second thing is, I understand you're gonna be going to talk to the governor with other ministers.
Yes, on the 11th.
Okay. Okay. One of the things we should bring up is so many of our senior citizens are losing their home because of the property tax. Yes. And if you guys don't mind, please talk to him about that, because it doesn't make sense for someone to stay in the home and for 20 years and they can't pay their property tax and they end up losing their homes. You gotta do that.
I agree. Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate you taking my call.
All right, Sam. Thank you. And incidentally, that's Sam Jackson.
Jackson 5. Huh?
We almost got 5. We have 4. We have 4.
We need one more Jackson to call in.
Yeah. He's a great man. I've known him for a number of years. He's right. You never really, and I say this tongue in cheek, you never really own your home, even if you pay it off in Indiana, some other states, because you have property taxes. And if you don't make those property taxes, no matter who you are, that home can end up in a tax sale. There's a purpose for property taxes. But we will bring that up in the meeting. Thank you so much. Going back to Michael and Shell, thank you for assisting your mom. She had a surgery here recently,
Yes.
so you're doing the daughter duty of helping. Is she difficult to deal with?
Yes.
Is she?
Yes. She's independent, but it's hard to ask for help when did stuff yourself a lot.
So this incident certainly impacted you.
hmm
How are you?
Uh, I don't even know to say I'm okay. I just think you just learn to keep going, really.
Mhm.
Um, I will say that um, I talk to my mom a lot, and I'm just like, wow, like I've accomplished so much in almost a year that he's been gone. Um, that I felt like I procrastinated before he passed. I started a daycare. I've always started. Always talked about with my dad. There's some conversations I want to call, talk to him about. So grief has a funny way of creeping in sometimes, but also I'm grateful. But it has been challenging. Sometimes some people may think, oh, it's just common sense just to stop. But sometimes when you get in routine and stuff, you just do and not even really think. So that's why I think this is good. Jackson Pause for Life, because we do need to remember we need to pause, not only for change, but sometimes in our life we just need to take a pause and just think, because we can get in routine and that distractions are
Yeah.
there.
And you all's family is a young family.
hmm
So Columbus was not old, man.
No.
And this tragedy that's just about a year old has impacted the entire family. And this pause for life, I think, expands to traffic where we have a lot of traffic fatalities. It's still safer to fly than it is to drive your car around Indianapolis because people just don't do what they're supposed to do. Yellow does not mean enter the intersection. It does not mean speed up. The yellow light means clear the intersection. And so this pause for life, I think, extends to that too, where instead of rushing to get through that light, just to pause and to wait. And it could save your life. But more particularly with grade level, what are called grade level train crossings, if people want to be part of this advocacy currently, how do they do that?
So we're still in the beginner stages. You can reach out on Facebook, of course. Right now, that's the main thing until we continue to grow and put other things together. But
And your Facebook handle is
Mikey Jackson,
Mikey
EY Jackson.
Jackson. So if you go to Facebook, see that little magnifying glass there in the search field, put Mikey Jackson in there. Your Facebook's page is going to come up, and do that now because we need as many people as possible to help get this out.
So attached will be the Jackson Pause for Life will be attached to it as well here shortly. It's in the works of getting put up. So you will also be able to go to Jackson Pause for Life as well.
And if you had a family member, those of you who are listening, if you have been affected as well, if you've lost someone who got their vehicle, a loved one whose vehicle got hit by a train, certainly we want to encourage you to connect with Mikey and Shell as we're building advocacy to save lives. It happens more often in Indianapolis than you're probably aware. We're going to be doing some things to help get the word out and to let people know, but also this end of life planner that you brought with you today. How can people get this?
You can go on Amazon and you can put in, I think it's gone to the upper room, but I left instructions and it's on Amazon. You can get it for $19.99. It's reasonable. And
this was created by
Exena.
Exener. This is a very unique name.
it is.
Exener B. Williams.
Yes.
And she gave you this.
Well, actually, I ordered it myself.
You ordered it.
I did.
How'd
But
you
it
come
was,
across it?
it was, we call her Zena. Zena dedicated the
So you
planner.
know her.
I do.
Yeah.
She dedicated that planner to me and my family. She's helping the process of helping Shell write a book.
Uh-huh.
And as we was talking and getting things together, she was just amazed about what we was talking about, and her mind get to running like Zena does, and she just made the planner, and it's amazing. And everybody,
It's
please get
beautiful.
one.
It's a
Get
gorgeous. It is. And I told you, it reminds me of the Robb Report, which is a luxury magazine. I don't know if they still print it, but you can get it electronically. And it's a gorgeous cover here. And and I started kind of just leafing through here: insurance policies, location of documents, vehicle information, firearms, home. I mean, she didn't leave anything out.
She did.
Yeah. It was really cool. We sat down together and she kind of asked us the process of, of the process of how we did my dad's funeral and what are some things we wish we could have had access to.
Yeah.
Some of those things were like for example, if you didn't know a password to somebody, your loved one phone, like what's your password to your phone? Do you have policy information? What do you want at your funeral? What do you want to eat? Like some stuff, we're just like, yeah, like that's cool. So it was cool to have a sit down with her just to give our experience of that, and she really did a phenomenal job.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because when my dad died in July 2020, we don't have access to his phone. Now, some people don't want you to have access.
Yeah.
For various reasons. I'm not saying that he didn't, but we all have our own passwords, face recognition, and all that sort of thing. But Facebook actually has a legacy feature that people may not know about, and you can assign someone to be your legacy contact and have access to your Facebook page if something happens. The words people are using now is unalived. Have you heard that?
Mhm.
People use that now instead of saying dead or died.
Mhm.
I don't. I'm hearing that more. Where people say so and so was unalived, and I'm hearing ministers minister the word, and they say so and so was unalived. I'm going to keep saying dead or death. I think
Yeah.
those words are
Yeah.
more powerful. I think people are trying to pull back on some of the impact of these words, and they're creating new. But in this upper room, the Gone to the Upper Room End of Life Planner, Gone to the Upper Room End of Life Planner. I may get some of these for folks in my congregation. But there's a page in here that says My Soul Food Secret Recipe.
Yes.
Yes.
My mother has a secret recipe for rolls.
Mhm.
You know how they used to make
Yes.
you
Tommy.
put the yeast in it?
Yeah.
You had to let them sit overnight.
Yes.
Yes.
That's that real.
Oh yeah, those are the ones you go buy over in Aldi's or somewhere.
Yeah.
It's the real deal, and they taste delicious. And so I'm hoping that people will get things like this. And she just did a tremendous job. Got the recipe card,
Yes.
Very
a place for the photo. She has quite a mind.
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
I think a part in there too is how you want money spent at your funeral
Yeah,
too. So
final
that's,
arrangements. Yeah,
yeah. So this is a really good book to have before death, so some people, won't be scrambling around and
right.
trying to figure out what you want and what you didn't want and maybe cause less family conflicts because you have something set aside.
Yeah, yeah, you're right, Shell. I think you're on point. Insurance policies, beneficiaries, everything's in here, y'all. So this is something that you ended up with, Mikey, because of the tragedy that happened in your own life
Yes.
and in your own family.
Yes.
Being a widow now,
I am a widow. It's
how's
still
that
unbelievable.
adjustment? I mean,
Oh.
one day you're married and then you get the phone call and immediately,
Went to a widow. It's devastating, life changing. Every day I'm reminded my husband did a lot of things. And now I'm by myself, learning how to take on different things and do different things. So I'm adjusting. Still got a long way to go, but now my purpose is to make sure another life can be saved without someone trying to beat the train. So now I can work on this more and be out here educating and having conversation and encouraging people to just be safe.
And it would just be wonderful a few years from now when we look at the data and we see instead of 2,500, upwards of 2,500 vehicle train accidents in America, see that number cut back 50%.
Yeah.
That is
In Indianapolis, to see that number down to zero, where people remember you saying pause
Mhm.
and they actually do it. Because I now when I go to when I'm getting ready to cross, because there's a lot of places where we've got train tracks in Indianapolis, a lot of freight's moving. And when that arm comes down, I think about you and your
That's the
situation.
goal.
Yeah. And
That's the
now I
goal.
think about pause and then just,
Yeah.
sit there and just wait and not go around that arm. Because trying to judge the velocity that that train is traveling down those tracks and your ability to cross over in time enough is dangerous.
It is. But we don't want to forget about the conductors as well.
That's good.
I know that's a devastating. It's just not only that's going around the arm, just imagine the person who's driving that train, how devastation that is for them to have those accidents, and how they feel and the trauma that they have.
Yeah.
That's important as well. We don't want to forget about them because that's very important.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that. Well, both of you all, anything else you want to share?
No, get the book and just pause.
And Shell, your Facebook handle is
I'm Conchelle Simmons. That's ConChelle Simmons Simmons.
one more time.
And ConChelle. Last name Simmons Simmons.
You all have been great guests today. Thanks for stopping in to talk to us about this. I know you all are still organizing the advocacy and to get this out there, and people will be helping out. So thank you.
Thank you for having
Thank
us. And one more time, I just want everybody to know to pause for life. That's going on everywhere. If you don't take nothing else today, just remember, pause for life, because life is important.
And bless you for having the courage to come in and to talk about it.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot for me to be out here live doing this, but God is blessing me, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate you, Pastor, because I reached out to him, and he was ready to help me, and I was excited about that. So just partnering up with Pastor Jackson has been amazing. Amazing.
It's all about our community and what we can do. If lives are being lost for whatever reason, we want to make sure that people have a chance. And that's what Jesus would do. Saving lives and helping people is what it's all about. All right, y'all. It's about time to move on through the day. Thank you, Rita. You did a great job on stage. Some of those of you who were calling in, we'll get back to our call-ins next week. I want to make sure we had ample time for our guests to share on this afternoon, but you all know I appreciate your calls and I thank you for being listeners every week, because without you, we wouldn't be able to have a show. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time, from all of us here at Praise Indy Inspiration AM 1310, 95.1 FM, we like you, we love you, and you make us smile. Have a great Saturday. The preceding was a paid program. Good job, Rita.
Thank you.
Yeah, 10 people on. 10, that's over what we usually have.